Yo, that was a long video, man. Yeah. Yo, how'd you find the last show, man?
Yo, man, I really liked the last show. Some good ideas. Everyone worked real good behind the scenes to make it a success. And it's just the early stages of how big, you know, it's going. But one thing, Ice Cube and Del the Funky Homo Sapien are not brothers, they're cousins.
What?
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out for our viewers.
Sure about that?
Oh yeah, I'm sure about that.
You sure they're not brothers? Cousins?
Cousins.
My apology, I'm sorry about that. Yo, so while you're on the Ice Cube tip, you know, right now the media is all over Ice Cube about his new record. What can you say about that? I mean, how you feel? I mean, it's like so many media hype about him that he's anti-this, anti-that.
Well, it's freedom of speech, and, you know, it's just a typical thing. He can, whenever Ice Cube comes out, release, or NWA, anyone who curses or is controversial, Two Live Crew, etc., there's gonna be pandemonium and people wanting to get at their necks and stuff, but the things he's saying really need to be said, and his album's slamming.
I don't care what the media says, but this here, Video Explosion, got Ice Cube's back 100%. Yo, so later on, my DJ Finesse is gonna have an album review on Death Certificate. But right now, let's get into Nikki D's video, Wasted, on Video Explosion.
This is DJ Finesse, Video Explosion. Time for the DJ Finesse album review. I'm gonna review Ice Cube's latest release, Death Certificate, on Priority Records. This is an album that has come out in the last quarter of 1991, and it's slamming. Of course, very controversial, some of the lyrics, the content, but I believe what Ice Cube wants to say, he can say. It's his freedom of speech right, which he's exercising, and he can do what he feels, and I know it's coming from his heart. I'm not gonna compare Ice Cube's album to his latest release, Kill It Well, or the one before that, America's Most Wanted. I like to respect each artist for what his release at that particular time. That's what he should be looked at for doing, not what he did last year, the year before. But this album, Death Certificate, I'm telling you, the production is top-notch by Sir Jinx and Ice Cube and the Boogeyman. A lot of slamming beats. My favorite cuts are Horny Little Devil, A Bird in the Hand, and The Nigga You Love to Hate. This album went #1 on the pop charts and the R&B charts within the first couple weeks of its release. Now, I must tell you something, and that album, I'm sure, is platinum by the time you see this, or it probably went platinum in its first few weeks. There's like an underground cult for groups such as Ice Cube and NWA, Two Live Crew. You might not hear them on the radio, but there's an underground thing, and that album is gonna sell like that. So I want y'all to go to your record store, pick up the LP, cassette, or CD of Ice Cube. Death Certificate on Priority Records, album slamming. That was DJ Finesse. I'm out of here.
Good evening. Welcome to Movie Time. I'm your host, Adeliki. I'm sure you all remember House Party 1, in which Kid and Play sneak off to a jam and pajama party and end up in quite a bit of trouble along the way. Well, in House Party 2, Kid and Play take on a slightly different perspective. Play learns a lesson about responsibility, and Kid goes off to college. Yeah, watch this clip.
You wanted to see me, sir?
What I want to know is, do you have the gift that I think you have? Or am I just being charmed by your line of bullshit?
Could I get back to you on that?
Yes, you can. In a week. With a 20-page paper in which you discuss how Ellison, Wright, Baldwin, and the other authors I signed to you to read handle the theme of growing up as a black male in America.
Oh, in a week? Wait a minute, that's not fair.
Life is not fair, Mr. Robinson. There are students on this campus who are here only because their parents are rich alumni. That isn't fair. And those students might look at you and think that the only reason you're here is because you're black. And you got a good jump shot. Or you're black, so you can run with a football. Or you're just here because you're black. That isn't fair. And it might not be fair that you gotta prove that you're here because you've earned it, but you do. And if you don't prove it to me, Mr. Robinson, I'll fail your ass.
Now, House Party 2 just would not be the same without a house party, and a house party there was, although I must say that the sequel didn't have quite the energy, drive, and hip-hop dance action that popularized the original. House Party 2 was interesting, but not original. It was at times bordering tastelessness, but it was also sometimes truly funny. House Party 2 made some attempts at such themes such as individuality, maturity, responsibility, and self-confidence, although no single one theme really stood out. House Party 2 was overall good fun, although it left something to be desired for the more discriminating moviegoer. Overall, I rated it a C+. Stay tuned next time for our episode of Movie Time, in which we have a special treat for all you Trekkies out there, a special clip from Star Trek VI. Now stay tuned for more Video Explosion. Here's Papa San's Dance Hall Good to We.
Yo, welcome back. DJ Finesse on the strength.
What's up, everybody?
Yo, how you find the show, man?
Man, this show's hype. It's slamming. #1 rap show in the tri-state area, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you coming back?
Definitely.
You sure about that? Okay. Show 'em what you got, man. DJ Finesse. I'm your host, Patrick Farrell. This is DJ Finesse again. Till next time, peace.